That then takes us on to item 5.2, which is Beeslack High School. Peter, again.
Thank you, Chair. This is an application for the erection of a high school, an ASM facility, community facility, swimming pool and veterinary clinic, formation of sports pitches, car parking, access roads and a sustainable urban drainage system and associated works on land to the east and west of Seafield Moor Road, Bilston. The development comprises 3 main buildings, all sited on land to the west of Seafield Moor Road. This part of the site also includes parking, drop-off areas, a Muga pitch and landscaping. The prominent building on the site would be a teaching and sports block, which has a shallow pitched roof and is 2 and 3 stories. The ASM block sits behind the main teaching block and is a single-storey building. The veterinary clinic building is also a single-storey structure. The main materials across the site are brick and metal cladding. To the east of Seafield Moor Road, the site comprises a sports field area consisting of 2 rugby pitches and a football pitch. The proposal includes 2 vehicular access points, one off Seafield Moor Road and the second off Bush Farm Road. The site will include coach parking drop-off area, 213 car parking spaces for the school campus and 42 parking spaces for the veterinary clinic. The site is allocated for development, but the land to the east is identified for housing and the land to the west forms part of the Midlothian Science Zone. Whilst the proposed development does not wholly fall within the stated allocations, the veterinary clinic use can be considered to be an appropriate use for the Midlothian Science Zone. The siting of school campuses within or adjacent to residential areas is common practice and the uses are readily compatible. The siting of the main school's campus on land at the edge of the Midlothian Science Zone will not have a detrimental impact on the operation of the Science Zone and offers the potential for education links. The combination of the policy position and material considerations support the proposed use at the site. The principal development can be considered acceptable. The proposed buildings are an attractive modern design which are compatible to the location between the development of the Midlothian Science Zone and the residential areas of Bilston. There has been 1 representation received and 14 consultation responses as outlined in sections 5 and 6 of the report. The recommendation is to grant plan permission subject to conditions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much indeed, Peter. Report's now been heard. Open up for any questions, comments or whatever. Councillor Parry.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Peter, for that report. Like Councillor Mackenzie, I'm delighted to see the school coming forward for planning permission in Midlothian West. I will not rehash the whole history of how we've got here. It's a long one, but I think the community will be really pleased to see this progress. Just in terms of the objections, I have received several emails today and yesterday, I do believe Midlothian West councillors have as well. So I just wanted to clear up one issue which I think is important to clear up, and that was the email campaign received claiming that there was only unisex toilets in the new Beeslack School. I just want to reassure the people that will be watching that our new builds include open plan, full height closed individual cubicles, separate toilets and accessible toilets, and are therefore not unisex only. Additionally, if pupils prefer an alternative, more private toilet cubicles, these will be available and will be positioned around the school. So I just want to put that on record, Chair, and with that I'm very happy to move the paper to approve.
Okay, thanks very much, Councillor Parry. Councillor Winchester.
Thank you, Chair. It's just a couple of comments or questions I have. I know both Damhead and Roslyn and Bilston have mentioned the flooding events. Do you know how many flooding events have been in that area in the last 10 years or so?
No, Chair, I don't have a specific number within the last 10 years. I can't answer that. In terms of the flooding position, it's seen as a 1 in a 200-year event. So that's the sort of category it falls in terms of the way SEPA map out flooding risk. And that's had a consequence in terms of the layer of the development. So that's why you've got the sports pitches all on one side. So if there is a flooding event that impacts the sports pitch area, not where the school building is. So that's why that's deliberately done that way.
Thanks, Peter. I have one other comment. I've noticed you've put in the traffic assessment about the A701 to 703, turning from the A701 onto the A703 at the lights. It says it would operate to capacity. However, if there are cars coming from the Pennycook side and you're turning right into Seafield Moor Road, only 2 cars at the end of the traffic signals will get through. If the road from Pennycook is clear, that's fine, but if it's not clear, there's going to be problems.
Okay, Chair. In terms of the traffic assessment, you can see from the report that it's been through that consultation process, not only internally but also with Transport Scotland. So it's looked at the consequence of the development on traffic flow, and that's the position obviously set out. So it is considered to be acceptable. There is scope, Chair, that with the sets of traffic lights along Seafield Moor Road, that you could adjust the time periods depending on particular issues. So there is scope to adjust the flow from one set of traffic lights to the next.
Can I just answer that? Sorry, Chair. I live just off Seafield Moor Road, and I go from the A701 to the A703 on a very regular basis. And I don't know when they took their traffic survey or when they looked at it, but honestly, you will only get 2 cars through there if there's traffic coming the other way.
Yeah, Chair, that's obviously first-hand experience, so I can't question that or doubt it. All I can say is that the plan application has been through that professional transport assessment, and that's been the conclusions reached. If there are particular traffic issues as the school comes forward, and like I said, the potential is there to adjust the time periods on the traffic lights.
I think what's been said there, Councillor Winchester, just to reassure you that the officers will keep an eye on the traffic movements, and if there's a problem there, then it'll have to be addressed. Simple as that. The council can't ignore something like that when we're actually trying to get in. That's the one there the buses turn into as well, isn't it? Yeah, coming up from Onehead. Yeah. So it might be that a filter could go in there in the future. Councillor Cassidy.
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to say I welcome this application, and I would like to second it.
Right, thank you. Okay, Councillor McEwan.
Thanks, Chair. Yes, I welcome this application too. But can I just clarify from Peter, in relation to the vet clinic, I take it we're building the vet clinic for the University of Edinburgh, then gifting them the building. Are we fitting the building out as well?
To be honest, Chair, that's not an assessment for the planning application. That's an operational matter. If plan permission is granted, then it is for the relevant parties to decide who builds what and that internal fit out, who does the work, etc. So that's not a material consideration for this planning application. So I don't have the answer, but it's not relevant.
Any further questions, comments? Nope. Okay. I'm not hearing anything in opposition to it, so I'm assuming that the motion that has been moved is approved. Okay. Right. Thank you very much indeed. That brings us to the end of the meeting, and thank you for your patience.